Alrighty, everybody. Well, it is Sunday, and this first week of vlogging has taught me boundaries and when and where. So, like, when do I film? What do I film? What do I talk about? What do I share? How much do I share? How much is too much? And so that's kind of what today was. It's like, it's Sunday. This is my day with my family, and I really had to try to figure out, okay, when do I film something and what do I want to share? And so I think most Sunday vlogs are simply going to be this, where I sit down and talk to the camera. I want to talk about what my next week is going to look like. And I want to use this as a level of accountability because I have not been consistent with running or physical fitness or focusing on my spiritual health, and so that's what I want to talk about today. So essentially, this is what my next week will look like ideally. So number one is my spiritual health. I need to be in the Bible every single day. Otherwise, I'm not focusing on the most important thing that exists in my life, and that is my relationship with God and making sure that I'm actually pointing my heart in the right direction every single morning. So every single morning, first things first is time with God, time in the Word, and making sure that I'm starting my day off right, because no matter what happens the rest of the day, I know I started my day right. Number two is going to be fitness. Making sure that I fit some level of fitness or training into that day. Doesn't matter how long it is. Tomorrow I do actually have a plan. Tomorrow I'm actually supposed to go run with a friend at about a little bit before 4:30 tomorrow morning. So that's what tomorrow morning is going to look like. And so obviously I'm going to bring the camera along and film a little bit of that. But yeah, number two is fitness. Number three is making sure I start my day off with a good meal. Now, I'm not a nutritionist. I don't claim to be. I have a basic understanding of what's good for you and what's not. And I know everyone's dietary journey is different. But number one is starting off my day with some form of food. Right now, I have these sausage patties from Costco that I've been cooking up, putting on an English muffin and eating those, maybe with some eggs, slice of cheese, whatever. So good, just somewhat well-rounded meal to start my day off. So starting my day off with fuel, because I know if I don't start my day off with that fuel, by the time I get to lunchtime, I'm just gonna be hangry. Number four, making sure that my day is productive. So at this job that I started about a little over 2 months ago, one of the things that I find on the whiteboards in kind of like our meeting area is no wasted days. And I love that mantra in that just when you show up, you know, the best way I can look at it is like from the perspective of sports. You show up and you've got your game face on. There's no wasted days. It's game on. It's time to get to work, and it's time to be as productive as possible when you're at work and when you're operating within your employment, whether you work for yourself or work for somebody else. No wasted days. So we're going to carry that mantra into this week. No wasted days. It's time to get to work, and it's time to make things happen. And I hope to start incorporating a little bit of that here in the near future. Probably not going to be super soon, but I want to incorporate more of what it is that I do for my actual job into this vlog here. And maybe this is slightly out of order. Make sure you're paying attention to the important people in your life, whether that be your spouse, your kids, family members, whatever your situation is. Make sure you're paying attention to the people that matter most to you on this earth, and make sure that they are getting the part of you that they deserve. So obviously for my wife, that would be the provider, that would be her, emotional support. For my kids, that would be the leader of our home, whether that be spiritual or otherwise. Make sure that you are there for the people who need you there in their life. So that's pretty much going to do it for today's vlog. And again, most Sundays are probably going to look like this, just because Sunday's a day of rest, a day that I spend with family, and it's really kind of hard to incorporate that in a healthy way into this vlog because I really want to keep that part of my life separate. I want to share a lot, but that's part of my life that I want to keep separate and on its own because I just think that that's the most appropriate way to go about it. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. God bless. Let's have a great Monday. We'll see you tomorrow.